What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fomo Factory, where we produce FOMO the right way for the right coins at the right time to make as much money as possible. Today is about Bitcoin, the crypto market, breaking out, or is it just another fake out? That's what we're going to take a look at, because your mind probably works like, oh, it's going up, I want to buy. Yeah, it's a little too late. You could have bought already, right? Now we can take our profits. Right, so try to get that mentality. Not saying that it's not the right time to buy right now. Maybe we'll go higher, maybe not. That's what we're gonna find out in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you will. I'm here every single day throughout the bear market, throughout the bull market. It doesn't matter. Subscribers are going at an insane speed. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back about this crypto portfolio giveaway very soon, so you can win a full crypto portfolio. Well, that must be very nice. Once Bitcoin hits 100K, that portfolio is going to be worth, I don't know, thousands of dollars, maybe tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars if we play this right. So today I would like to take a look at the crypto market, because things are finally looking great. Like Bitcoin was like boring. We were in this range here since basically the 13th of September, you know, between 20.5 and well 18.5, but especially the last 2 weeks, basically we were doing nothing. Bitcoin was a perfect stable coin, and all out of nothing, Bitcoin exploded. Well, it wasn't completely a surprise that Bitcoin was going to make a big move, like we discussed on the channel not too long ago. Bitcoin is going to make a big move, you know, based on these Bollinger Bands that we talked about. Like these Bollinger Bands were really tied to each other, right? If we zoom out, you can see right here, they were so tied to each other. The last time we had that was basically here in October 2020. What happened after that? We got a major bull run. It's not saying that we get a major bull run right now, but you know, how the closer these Bollinger Bands are, the bigger the squeeze we usually get. Was it to the upside? Was it to the downside? That's what nobody can predict. But it turned out to be to the upside, so that's looking very nice. Now, I want to take a look like, is this sustainable? What are the levels for Bitcoin to take a look at? How can you play this market? How can you make some money off of it? And as everybody knows, I'm always long-term bullish on crypto. Like I still have to meet the first person that's long-term bearish. Like, you know, maybe Peter Schiff, but you know, people in crypto are not long-term bearish, right? I'm not as well. Right, I'm always long-term bullish, but let's take a look. Like, what can we expect in the shorter term? Because usually on this channel we talk about the longer term. And the longer term I talked about altcoins, altcoin market, you know, looks to me like it still has a way down because of the range it is in, right? This is the altcoin, this is the Bitcoin dominance, and that's sitting very low, basically still at a, you know, close to its major support. And it won't be weird if it goes up right here. Depends on what Bitcoin does by then. If Bitcoin also goes up by then, okay, altcoins will be fine. But if Bitcoin even decides to go sideways, or worst case, go down, and this move upwards happens, then altcoins are going to take the biggest hit of this entire year. And that's not a hit of 20%, that's a hit of 50 up till 80% down for altcoins. And people might be like, yeah, we already went down, we can only go up right now. No, that's not how it works. We can still go down 80%, right? So, and not to be completely bearish, but I just want to keep all scenarios open. I want to be prepared for everything. But for now, it's doing pretty well. I mean, look, for example, BNB had a very nice pump as well. If we look at BNB in this one-day pump, well, that we had, in one day, it went up like 6%. That's not bad. Over the last few days, it went up like 10%, right? It went up from 263 to 290, basically. And that's one of the biggest coins. There are some coins out there that are really popping. Some have really that popcorn effect. Scallop is doing very nice as well. I don't know if you know about that coin, but that's definitely in my portfolio. If you look at my medium risk portfolio, Render is doing well. Everything is basically doing pretty fine. It's not that altcoins have the big move. Like, I would like to see when it comes to altcoins that this now happens, right? This is the altcoin, this is the Bitcoin dominance. If we really want to see altcoins pop, we would like to see that the altcoin market goes here, right? But it's sitting on some support. As you can see right here, this is also a very big support level. So we have to get through that. Once we do, I don't see much resistance until this level again. If that happens, altcoins could really short-term go up. I do, to be a little bearish, have a short position in Ethereum right now. And to show you why I have that, it's a risky one, but it's also a very understandable one. So here's my altcoin, my Ethereum short position. I have a 7x leverage on Ethereum. I do this with 2 Ethereum basically. And I'm shorting that since $1,534. That's where I opened it. Why did I do that? Because everything is going up right now, right? Well, if we look at Ethereum USDT, like weeks ago on this channel, we discussed this, right? We had the Bitcoin since November. It came down. It came down here as well. It got rejected a lot, and it broke out of its downtrend, right? And there wasn't any big news for this pump, really. It's just the charts. It's just like people are, you know, the patience was running out. People were buying, right? And as you can see, we finally broke out, and now we finally start to see that move that, you know, typically comes after such a breakout. For Ethereum, it's slightly different. For Ethereum, we also went down from that period, and we got rejected here as well. And the line is not perfect. I've drawn it on my phone, so if I really have to be a little, well, whatever. So this is what it looks like for Ethereum, right? Really perfect. All makes sense. So this is what it looks like for Ethereum. And when it comes to Ethereum, yeah, there are 2 possibilities right now, right? Because we are at this same level, basically, that Bitcoin finally broke out of. Right, for Ethereum, it's the same level. And this is quite interesting because Ethereum usually leads the way for altcoins as well. So if Ethereum does well, altcoins usually do better as well. But Ethereum is now knocking at that diagonal. And now it's the question, like, is it going to break it? Or is it going to get rejected? Well, I opened my short because usually a resistance is there to get rejected, right? So that's what usually happens. You go up, you get rejected, and you go down again, right? Also, because Ethereum is now sitting not only at this diagonal line, but Ethereum is also sitting at this horizontal, where we had a lot of support and resistance right here, a little bit here, here, a lot, right? And now it's knocking against that resistance there as well. And I bet you that if we go further back, we see some similarities. Yeah, you see, like here. So that's it for Ethereum. So therefore, I feel like, okay, if I look at Ethereum at the moment, it's sitting at 2 big resistance levels. Plus, if we look at the RSI and the stochastic RSI, but especially the RSI on the, let me put it like this, on the hourly, way overbought. If we put it on the 2 hour, way overbought. If we put it on the 4 hour, way overbought. If we put it on the 8 hour, way overbought. If I put it on the 12 hour, way overbought. And even if we put it on the daily chart, it is way overbought. And I think just from the 3 days in a week that it's sitting lower, right? Yeah. So on the very high time frames, yeah, Ethereum is not overbought, but everything short term screams like, okay, watch out. Right, so I felt like, man, I got a great opening for my short position. Again, I opened it at $1,534. And now, well, the high for Ethereum was $1,556. So I got it pretty close. And now I'm just looking like, okay, I expect myself for Ethereum to go back around at least, well, 1,400, maybe 1,430, something like that. If I'm really lucky, like 1,350, something like that. You know, that's a good short to place, in my opinion. That's a really good short to place. But you also want to set your stop losses, of course. I have my stop loss ready in my head. I still have to place it because I just want to, you know, wait like, okay, is there a fake out or is there no fake out? But I will basically set my stop loss at least above this level, but also above this diagonal. So I will place my stop loss more around $1,600. I think that's a very fair place. Like if it gets to $1,600, I think it will go way higher, and I think it will go to at least 750. So in that case, you know, you lose a little bit and instead of a lot, right? So that prevents you from losing a lot of money. And I have a little short position open on Bitcoin as well with 0.1 Bitcoin. So these are not humongous amounts, but you know, this is how I'm playing it so far. And for the people that don't know, I started this whole trading thing on Fairdesk, links in the description of the video. Fucking awesome platform. I started this like a month ago, give or take, with $170. Now I got some bonus right here, but minus the bonus, I am sitting now at $1,100, give or take. So I 6x'd my portfolio in a week by doing these kind of trades. Right, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. Although for Bitcoin, well, like I have right here, the big resistance level for Bitcoin was 20,400, 500, give or take. We broke that, and we're now at the moment of recording at 20,600. You know, could this be a fake out and go back, or will it happen that we just really broke it, right? And we will retest it, like I think we will at least retest it, and then we'll go back up again. It's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility, right? But for the people that may ask, like, okay, what is this? Is this a relief rally? Is this the beginning of a new bull run? Is this a fake out? Well, in my opinion, it kind of makes sense that, you know, these Bollinger Bands, they were squeezed. Right, so a big move was about to come. Like I said, that's what we talked about on this channel. Like a big move was imminent, right? The only question was to which direction. Well, there is some bad news going on in the world. I mean, yeah, we have the macro. Think about all the stupid stuff that's going on in the world right now. So therefore, a lot of people might have expected the move to the downside, but everything we know, and that's what you can see in the charts. Like what we already know is priced in, right? It's the insecurity, what we don't know, right? That's what's scaring people, right? But what the difference is pure technically is, like I said, we broke out of this trend right here, right? So we have one less resistance line. Like if I draw it further right now. Let me draw it like, I don't know, here, give or take. Like, sorry, it's kind of messy right now. But even if we now break down this very important 18.5K level, let's say that happens, well, this week, give or take, right? Then the next big level will be at least $17,000. Because that's the diagonal that's now support. We didn't have that support before. So purely technical, Bitcoin is flipping way more bullish than it was. I'm not saying that we can't go lower. This is all short term. And what I am personally doing right now is I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy anything in this pump because, you know, and that's what people need to learn about this kind of stuff, right? We were in this area for quite a while, right? We were in this area right here. You had the chance to buy Bitcoin or whatever for altcoin at quite low prices for like around, I don't know, the 6th of September until the 21st of October, right? You had 1.5 months. Now it's finally going up. Like we have a really strong candle, right? It's finally going up. And now you decide to buy. Now what goes up must come down, right? I don't like... The only reason, like, if you want to buy right now, that's only because you should think like, okay, we are never going to see 19K again. Well, will we never see 19K again? Yeah, I think we probably see 19K again someday. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe in 2-3 weeks. I don't know, right? So will this pump last? We don't know. All I know right here is that what concerns me a little bit is there's not a lot of volume here. And I'm now looking at the Bitfinex chart. Okay, so fair enough. So let's take a look at what else we can find right there, because, you know, that's quite important, of course, right? This is the BLX. Let me take a look. Where do I have some other charts? FTX. Do we have some volume on FTX going on? We have some volume on FTX going on. We have some volume on Binance going on. Like the last time we had this volume right here was the 13th of October. Well, that's what we really went low and got bought back, right back up again. So every time we are really approaching these low levels, these deep 18K levels, like that's where the bulls say, like, okay, sorry bears, but this is our territory, get away. And that's not what we are going to do, right? So yeah, that's looking pretty fine. We now got that same volume again. Only exception is we were at that 19K, so now really volume is kicking in. So I personally, yes, I'm shorting for I'm only shorting for, let's say, for pullbacks, for short-term pullbacks on the 1 hour time frame, give or take, right? If we look at the Bitcoin chart for the hour time frame, then in my opinion, we should go at least back to maybe around 20K to retest, right? It's very possible that we go back to 20K, retest that level and go back up. Well, this is probably where I will close my short position then, because I don't think this is just a fake out and we will go down back here again and hover around. I think we can truly stay up here for a while, or even go higher towards 21.5. That's actually what I think is likely. Another thing that has changed, which is also very important, is the DXY. If we take a look at the DXY and we put it on the daily, so the DXY is the dollar currency index. This is the strength of the dollar, you know, compared to a bucket of assets, you know, currencies and risk on assets, right? If we take a look at the trend of the DXY, which is pretty interesting, the DXY went up from basically August, and I don't know if I can take this any further back. No, that doesn't make sense. So August, right? We went up from August, and we hold this line perfectly. If I put it on the 4 hour, you can see it way better even, right? So we went up, we hold this line perfectly, touch, bounce, touch, bounce, higher highs, higher lows. And now what's happening is quite interesting, because not only we broke this line, so the DX, for the people that are completely new, the lower the DXY, the better, right? For the longer term, basically. Short term doesn't really matter, and this is a lagging indicator, so don't look, oh, it's now going down, so now buy Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is already there then, right? But what's pretty interesting is we broke this diagonal support line that we had on the DXY for a long time, right? A long time. But what's also very interesting, and it's a it's a matter of a few cents, but we made finally a lower low, right? The DXY ended up here, right? That's a lower low. Finally, in a long time. Look at this. Look at this, how far this goes back. Look at how far this goes back. This is absolutely crazy. We finally made a lower low right here. Now, that's very important. Now, I would like to see that, like, you know, we can see right here, this is a big support level, right? In this area right here. Let me take a look if I can, you know, this whole area here is a very big support level for the DXY, right? You can see the resistance here, and later on this went to, you know, became support, and this became support. Also, on the slightly lower time frames, RSI is getting oversold. Also, the stochastic RSI is getting oversold. So if I look at this chart, I would say, like, okay, this is, you know, everything kind of screams, okay, big support and oversold on both these indicators. So when it comes to that, it would make sense that we bounce here and go back up. That's okay. That's actually what I expect, because if this happens, we go back up, we retest, and we go back down again, maybe we finally break this. And that's the exact same point where Bitcoin decides to go back down, right? Get my nice short profits and then go back up and break this as well, right? So this is looking quite interesting if you ask me. Sorry for this line all the time. But this is looking quite interesting if you ask me. So we finally broke this. Big support to keep your eyes on. So if I were you and if you use TradingView, check out the DXY. Get your main charts right here. Like you can create a list, make a main charts or something like that. Put your important stuff right there, like no altcoins, but the DXY, Bitcoin, also the USDT dominance, which is also quite interesting. Like the USDT dominance, also it was going up since August, right? The 14th of August, like more than 2 months, it was making higher lows, higher highs. We had a low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high, higher high, right? Now, it didn't make a lower low yet, right? If we want to make a lower low, we really have to go through, well, we have to drop quite a lot. Like if this happens, then the crypto market really goes up, right? So, but that would be very nice. A lot of selling volume right here. We also, like I said, broke this line right here. But then again, you know, for the USDT dominance, we are sitting near very crucial support as well. If you take a look at where we are right now, then this area right here is a big support area as well. So the short-term indicators show me that, okay, crypto might come down again. For the slightly midterm, I feel like, okay, this might actually play out to the upside. Don't pin me to it. I don't know. But it makes sense, right? And the S&P kind of gave it away to us. The S&P was already pumping, right? If you look at the S&P and we put it on the daily, look, this is where Bitcoin bounced. But the S&P was already going up basically since the, 2 weeks, right? So since 2 weeks, the S&P was bouncing. While Bitcoin, the last 2 weeks, it was really going sideways. So this is just a delayed reaction to all of that, right? Now, the government bond yields, this is something you want to take a look at as well. We don't want this to be too high, which it quite is, right? And this has been like, this line is like perfect, like goddamn perfect, right? So this goes back to the beginning of August, and this is what we want to break. Because if this is what we are going to break, yeah, then the really big support levels come in at around here, especially, somewhere around here, maybe short term a little here, but we want this to go down. We have some room to go, so don't be too happy with that yet. But this is just my opinion on how the market is looking at the moment. Bitcoin is doing great. I made some nice decent profits when it comes to longing the way up, and now I feel like, okay, there might be a short term way down, and especially for Ethereum, and there we already go. So it's good. Make money when the market goes down. Otherwise, it's just watching your money going away. That's not what you want. My lamp just died. It did. Fuck it. So be a little careful. Don't expect this to go all the way up, just up only. That's not how it works, of course. But at the end of the day, I think, again, where will it bounce? Let me try to show you. I think Ethereum will bounce at around, this is what I think. Don't do anything with this, right? But just, okay. I think Ethereum will bounce at this area right here. Make it green. Around 1425, give or take, around that number, right? That's where I think Ethereum will bounce. Where do I expect Bitcoin to bounce? Let me check for you guys. 19.8, give or take, also 19.8, right? So that's what I think it will go down to, and then from there maybe hover for a while and then go back up. For the altcoins, always very important. You have to take a look at Total 3 as well, of course. And Total 3 is the market excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, if we put it on the weekly, we are still sitting super low, right? Like basically nothing has happened. Like the week before, we were sitting around the same level. The week before that as well. The week before that as well. The week before that as well. So like for altcoins, nothing has really changed, although your portfolio may look a little greener today, but it's because you don't notice that in the meantime, a slow bleed was really going on. Altcoins weren't going down in a straight free fall, but every day 0.5% down, you know, that compounds, and after a few months you'll be like, where's my money? Where's my money, bitch? So yeah, that's kind of painful. So you know, this is what we need in for altcoins, because we were basically sitting as low as we were since, you know, beginning 2021, you know, if we don't count the June fake out. So altcoins, you know, it might be that altcoins go down a couple of percentages, but we have to see about that. That's all about the Bitcoin dominance. We have to take a look. Bitcoin dominance, although I want to say one more thing and I'll wrap it up. It went up, but look where it is exactly right now. You can see the resistance line right there, right? You can see just where it is. This is a big resistance line. So that would be nice. It would be nice if it now, you know, went up and goes down again. That should give altcoins a nice little push. So, well, you know, I think in the coming few days, you know, we might see some good altcoin gains. So that's it for now. I just wanted to update you guys on that. If you like this content, I'm here every day to annoy you. So subscribe to the Fomo Factory. We are all going to make it. If you really, oh man, goddamn, I want to preach again. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for here. See you tomorrow. Bye.